So I reach one of the most important points in my story, in my life. Uh, Getting into the lawyer's office. I'm joking. Let me tell you a lawyer joke. There are plenty in America where there are many. They're called ambulance chasers, and it's in fact a bad situation for lawyers because this is the most depressing profession with the highest rate of suicide, of divorce. So it seems that a lawyer cannot be happy there. Here, it used to be a well regarded profession for a long time. I'm not sure now. There will be some who do well and others who don't, actually, like everywhere. We have the Erin Brockovich case where a lawyer has helped a community get money out of the companies which polluted the area, and other cases, other situations, obviously, where lawyers have helped and they do good. But otherwise, there you go. There's the joke which explains how they are perceived, what their image is. So I have a car pointing its lights on me. It's here. So well, that doesn't matter. In a way, now why show it? And it's in a weird position, but I'm getting used to this here. Um, so they say that scientists have decided to stop making experiments on lab rats, and there are three reasons. One, there are just not enough lab rats. They are doing the experiments instead of lab rats on lawyers. That's the point. They've decided to stop using lab rats and use lawyers for experiments instead. So, for reason one, why? Because there are not enough lab rats. You get it. Second, scientists get attached to rats. And the third, last and third, perhaps most important, there are some things even rats won't do. So that's the perception in some places. Well, it's a mean joke, and you can apply this to anything, to geophysicists, probably, perhaps, which is what I graduate. I am a geophysicist, so to say, even if I didn't work. I'm trained as one, but I didn't work as a geophysicist a day in my life. Coming back, I was in this lawyer's office who said, look, you're not going to get the money back. It will be fortunate if you get, I don't know, a tenth of that, or even less, because the rate of exchange was, as I explained, very different. There was a huge gap between the real value, which was only in the black market available, and the official rate. And the decision in a court of law would just force him to give me the official rate. In other words, instead of $4,000, you would give me, I don't know, 100, let's say. Well, that sounded bad, and I came out depressed and thinking I just lost a few $1,000s, just like that, with a stupid decision, taking a risk. But coming out with a heavy heart, I see a woman. The woman was talking to Derry Van Horn, my dog, the German Shepherd, who was waiting in the car. This dog didn't want to be left at home. Even if you took him out in the morning and again in the evening, like it happens to most dogs, he was very happy to come along. And indeed, it worked out fine most of the time. That is, he would, he would come along, and like with a lawyer, he would wait for 1 hour, which was the time spent with this guy to explain, or less, and then he would be out. Before, when I reached the lawyer, I would take him out. Oh, okay, let's see what's around here, because I generally come earlier. That's working in the, what they call today, hospitality business. I got a habit of getting there earlier. I mean, I'm used to having to take people to the airport and that and such things, and you don't want 50 guys or more to lose a plane, because then you're responsible for that. So you're facing perhaps $100,000 in damages or more if they sue you, or if if missing the thing was not just, as it happens, it's not just the plane ticket, but other work they had to do, money they would have made, and you're in for. So briefly, I have a habit. I wish to transfer to my girl, but we've just been late this morning to school because we always I'm 10-15 minutes ahead of the car, and I have to wait for her to arrive. And once in a while we make it. Generally we make it, but today we didn't. Anyway, so she was talking with a dog and admiring him. Well, I'll continue tomorrow.